Imagine a cooperative where every member's voice is not just heard, but encoded in the very fabric of their agreements. This cooperative operates seamlessly, with every decision and transaction automated through smart contracts, self-executing agreements written in code. These contracts take the place of traditional intermediaries, ensuring that transactions occur as promised, without the need for trust in a middleman. What if, instead of relying on a few individuals to manage resources, the entire community could participate in a transparent, equitable manner? With smart contracts, this is not just a dream, it's a possibility. Picture a scenario: a local food cooperative where members contribute not only funds, but also ideas for how to source products sustainably. Each suggestion is recorded, and smart contracts automatically allocate resources based on consensus, ensuring that everyone's input is considered. When it comes time to distribute profits, the smart contract calculates each member's fair share based on their contributions, time, money, or effort, without disputes or delays. This level of automation reduces the friction that often leads to conflicts in traditional cooperatives, allowing members to focus on what truly matters, their shared mission. Moreover, these smart contracts enhance trust within the community. By providing a transparent record of all transactions and agreements, every member can see how decisions are made and how resources are allocated. If a member wants to understand why a particular product was chosen or how profits were distributed, they can simply look at the immutable record encoded in the blockchain. This eliminates ambiguity and fosters a culture of accountability. But what happens when we take this premise seriously? The strange consequence of adopting smart contracts is that it shifts the power dynamics within the cooperative. Instead of relying on a few leaders to interpret the rules and make decisions, every member effectively becomes a stakeholder in the process. This democratization can inspire greater engagement and investment from all members, as they see their contributions directly reflected in the cooperative's operations. However, we must also consider the potential trade-offs. While smart contracts can simplify many processes, they may require a level of digital literacy that not all members possess. What if some voices are inadvertently sidelined due to a lack of understanding? As we explore this technology, we must ask ourselves, how can we ensure that smart contracts serve the community's interests without leaving anyone behind? This delicate balance between enhancing participation and maintaining inclusivity will be crucial as we navigate the transformative potential of smart contracts and community-driven financial systems. Imagine a cooperative where each member not only contributes their skills and resources, but also benefits from a system that ensures fairness in profit distribution. Picture this: a local agricultural cooperative where farmers grow a variety of crops. Traditionally, profit distribution might depend on subjective assessments or lengthy discussions, leading to disputes and dissatisfaction. But what if this cooperative employs smart contracts to automatically allocate profits based on the actual yield each farmer contributes? The essence of this transformation lies in the smart contract's ability to execute agreements transparently and without bias. Every time a farmer sells their produce, a smart contract could instantly calculate their share of the profit based on pre-established metrics, such as volume sold or quality of the crop. This not only fosters a sense of accountability among members, but also significantly reduces conflicts that often arise over profit distribution. Imagine the relief of knowing that every member receives their fair share without the need for endless negotiations or potential misunderstandings. Now, suppose we compare this with a traditional cooperative model. In a conventional setup, if two farmers disagree on the distribution of profits, they may need to rely on a vote or a mediator, which can create friction and delay. In contrast, a smart contract-enabled cooperative runs on predefined rules that execute automatically, ensuring that everyone's interests are respected and adhered to without the emotional weight of disputes. This shift from a human-mediated process to an automated one illustrates how technology can enhance trust within a community. The strange consequence is that, while traditional cooperatives often thrive on relationships and negotiations, smart contracts foster a different kind of community. Here, the focus shifts from interpersonal relationships to shared trust in technology, which can be both liberating and disconcerting. What if, instead of relying on personal connections to resolve disputes, members place their faith in an unchangeable code? This raises questions about the nature of relationships within cooperatives. Do we lose something vital in our interactions when we prioritize automation over personal engagement? As we envision the future of cooperatives harnessing smart contracts, we must consider the balance between individual autonomy and collective welfare. Will this technology empower members to engage more meaningfully, or will it create a layer of detachment? The implications are profound as cooperatives begin to reimagine their operational structures. If every member can trust that they will receive fair compensation without the emotional toll of negotiation, what new opportunities for collaboration and innovation could emerge? Could this lead to a more engaged membership where individuals feel encouraged to contribute beyond their immediate interests, knowing that the system is designed to uphold fairness? As we explore the evolving landscape of cooperatives utilizing smart contracts, we find ourselves at the intersection of tradition and innovation, reflecting on how technology can redefine our collective experience. In this new paradigm, the cooperative becomes not just a group of individuals working together, but a living system where fairness is not just an ideal, but a programmed reality. Imagine a vibrant community center, bustling with life, where every dollar spent is decided collectively by the people who live there. This isn't just a dream, it's a tangible reality made possible by smart contracts. Picture a local community fund, set up to support various initiatives, from park renovations to educational programs, where each member has a voice in how resources are allocated. Instead of relying on a few individuals to make these decisions, what if the entire community could vote on proposals directly? This is where smart contracts come into play, automating the process and ensuring that every vote translates into action. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements coded into a digital ledger, allowing for a seamless, transparent decision-making process. When members of a community propose projects, they can submit their ideas through a digital platform. Each proposal is accompanied by a request for funding, and community members can cast their votes on which project should receive financial support. Once the voting period ends, the smart contract automatically allocates funds to the winning proposals, executing the will of the community without the need for a central authority. This not only enhances trust among members, but also fosters a deeper sense of engagement. Imagine the implications: a community where every member feels empowered to contribute, knowing their voice counts. If a local garden project receives majority support, the smart contract ensures that funds are released without delay. Conversely, if a proposal garners little interest, it simply doesn't receive funding. This mechanism encourages members to actively participate in discussions, advocate for their ideas, and rally support from their peers. But what happens when different interests collide? Suppose a conflict arises between two popular projects vying for funding. The beauty of this system lies in its transparency. All voting results are publicly accessible, allowing members to see how decisions are made. This transparency can lead to more informed discussions about priorities and trade-offs, helping the community to navigate its differences. Yet it also raises questions about representation. Are all voices truly heard? Are there mechanisms in place to ensure that marginalized perspectives are included in the conversation? The strange consequence is that while smart contracts democratize funding allocation, they also place a premium on active participation and digital literacy. For the system to work effectively, every member must understand how to engage with the platform. This raises the stakes for community education and outreach, ensuring that everyone can contribute meaningfully to the collective decision-making process. Thus, as we envision a community where smart contracts govern funding decisions, we must also consider how to nurture an informed, engaged populace that thrives on collaboration. What trade-offs might emerge as communities adapt to this innovative method of resource management? And how will these changes reshape the very fabric of local governance? Imagine a community eagerly gathered in a local hall, buzzing with excitement about a new financial system that promises transparency and fairness, powered by smart contracts. Yet beneath the hopeful surface, a nagging question lingers: what happens when the technology falters? Suppose a smart contract, designed to automate the distribution of community funds, encounters an unexpected bug or glitch. The funds meant to support local projects remain locked in a digital vault, frustrating members who relied on those resources for essential services. In this scenario, the promise of technology clashes sharply with the reality of its limitations. While smart contracts offer the allure of self-executing agreements, they also introduce a new layer of complexity, that can leave communities vulnerable. Now, consider the digital literacy required to navigate these systems. Imagine a community where some members are tech-savvy, familiar with the intricacies of blockchain and coding, while others struggle to understand even basic digital concepts. As decisions are made through smart contracts, those without the necessary skills may find themselves sidelined, unable to participate fully in critical discussions. In this way, the very tools designed to promote inclusivity can inadvertently reinforce existing divides. The strange consequence is that instead of empowering every member, these systems could create a new class of individuals who are excluded from the benefits of a supposedly equitable financial framework. So what can be done to address these challenges? Communities must prioritize education as a foundational element in implementing smart contracts. Imagine workshops and training sessions where members learn not only how to interact with the technology, but also the principles behind it. This approach fosters a collective understanding, ensuring that everyone can engage meaningfully with the system. But education alone is not enough. Communities need robust support structures to assist individuals in navigating technical challenges. Without such infrastructure, the risk of alienation grows, leading to frustration and disenchantment with the entire initiative. Moreover, think about the implications of technical failures. When a community's financial health relies on automated systems, a single failure can have cascading effects. Projects may stall, trust in the system can erode, and the very fabric of community cooperation may begin to fray. In this light, communities must consider contingency plans. What happens if a smart contract fails? Who is accountable? How can the community come together to resolve such issues? These questions highlight the necessity for governance models that not only embrace technology, but also incorporate human oversight and intervention when needed. As we ponder these challenges, we must also reflect on who stands to gain and who might lose in the shift to smart contracts. Will those with technological expertise dominate decision-making processes, while others are left to navigate a complex landscape on their own? Or can communities cultivate a culture of shared knowledge, ensuring that all voices are heard and valued? The trade-offs between efficiency and inclusivity will be pivotal as communities strive to harness the power of smart contracts. In contemplating the future of these systems, we are left with a crucial understanding. While the allure of smart contracts is undeniable, their implementation must be approached with care. It is not merely about adopting new technology. It is about ensuring that the technology serves the people, fostering collaboration and trust, rather than division and confusion. Only then can we aspire to create a truly equitable financial system that resonates with the needs and aspirations of every community member. Imagine a bustling community square, vibrant with life and energy, where neighbors gather not just to socialize but to engage in a new kind of economic dialogue. Picture this: a local market where every transaction is recorded on a digital ledger, overseen by smart contracts that automatically ensure fairness and transparency. But as we envision this harmonious future, we must ask ourselves, what challenges might emerge as communities strive to adopt these innovative financial systems? What happens when the idealistic vision collides with the complexities of human behavior and existing societal structures? Suppose a community decides to implement smart contracts for a local fund aimed at supporting small businesses and social initiatives. The promise of immediate transparency and equitable access to resources might seem enticing, yet the reality could be far more intricate. As the community embraces this technology, they might encounter resistance from those who feel threatened by the changes. Long-standing power dynamics could resurface, with some individuals or groups leveraging their influence to manipulate the system in their favor. Imagine a scenario where a smart contract designed to distribute funds based on community votes inadvertently favors those with more digital literacy, leaving behind those who are less tech-savvy. The strange consequence is that, while smart contracts aim to democratize access and decision-making, they could inadvertently reinforce existing inequalities. What would happen if the very tools meant to empower communities instead became instruments of exclusion? As we contemplate this future, we must consider the essential role of education. How can a community ensure that all members, regardless of their technological background, understand and can engage with these new systems? It's not just about implementing technology, it's about fostering a culture of inclusivity and collective learning. Another challenge lies in the reliance on digital infrastructure. Many communities may not have the necessary access to reliable internet or the technological resources to support these advanced systems. Imagine a rural community striving to utilize smart contracts, only to find that intermittent internet access hampers their efforts. The potential for disenfranchisement looms large, as the promise of decentralized finance could become a privilege for those in urban centers, leaving rural populations at a disadvantage. Yet, let us not forget the transformative potential that successful adoption could bring. If communities can navigate these hurdles and foster an environment of collaboration, transparency, and education, we might witness a profound shift in how we interact economically. Picture a decade from now, where local economies thrive on mutual support and trust, bolstered by smart contracts that facilitate fair trade and resource sharing. Instead of competing against one another, individuals might collaborate, pooling their resources and skills to create a sustainable ecosystem that benefits everyone. What if, through these smart contracts, communities develop a new social contract, one where every member feels they have a stake in the collective well-being? Imagine a world where local businesses flourish, not just for profit but to enhance the quality of life for all, where economic interactions are guided by principles of fairness and equity. It's a tantalizing vision, one that raises as many questions as it answers. How do we ensure that this future is accessible to everyone? What mechanisms can we put in place to safeguard against the potential pitfalls we've discussed? As we think about the future of community-driven financial systems, we must remain vigilant, balancing the promise of technology with the realities of human nature and societal structures. In the end, the journey toward equitable financial systems is not merely a technological challenge, it is a deeply human endeavor, one that calls for empathy, understanding, and a steadfast commitment to the common good.